Okay, guys, I would like to clarify something for you guys about the bases and the height of prisms. Okay, now something is a prism if it has two bases. If it has one base, it's a pyramid. So I'm going to give you an example of a rectangular prism that's in real life. Here is a rectangular prism. Okay, it's three-dimensional, right? And it's a rectangular prism because the base is a rectangle. Now, I can decide what is the base of this rectangular prism by either if it gives it to me in a question or however that picture is showing you how it's sitting, right? Now, for example, if it's a real 3D object and you're trying to figure out the base, it's how this box would sit on the counter. So is it going to sit like this and all the snacks fall out of the side? No, it's going to sit like this, where you can see what is in the box. Okay, so this is some fruit snacks. Actually, I think they're sour raisins. Okay, so this bottom part is the base. Okay, now this top part is also the base. So rectangular prisms or triangular prisms or hexagonal prisms have two bases, bottom one and the top one, and they are parallel to each other. Bases have to be parallel to each other. So to find the height of this prism, it's the distance between these two bases. So if I was to measure from the top of this shape to the bottom of this shape, that would be the height of this prism. Rectangular prisms are much, much easier to work with than triangular prisms. Let's look at a triangular prism. Now, I made this triangular prism, so it's not perfect, okay? All right, so a triangular prism means that the bases are a triangle because the prism's name is determined by the base shape. So this base shape has to be a triangle because it is a triangular prism. So what they love to do is they like to sit the triangular prism not on its base to trick you. So right now this triangular prism looks like a tent, okay? So what it's sitting on is not the base, okay? This is the base. So you want to kind of think about it. If I turned it here, I have those parallel bases. Triangle is parallel to this triangle, okay? Bases cannot run into each other. So do you see how this rectangle, okay? This rectangle runs into this, opposite of me, sorry. This right here, these two rectangles run into each other right here. Bases don't do that, okay? They say parallel to each other. So the height of this prism is going to be the distance between these two triangles. Now, the distance between those two triangles, if I rotate it, I can see it's the length of that rectangle, okay? So let's look back at its base. Here's one of the bases. This right here, the distance between the top of this triangle and to the bottom here, that's going to be the height of the triangle. So that's the height of the base, not the height of the prism. Okay, so I have to think about, when I'm thinking about a triangular prism, I kind of want to think about it if I rotate it and sit it on its base. Okay, now if it isn't sitting like that, I can kind of also think about how far back that triangle is. So that distance between those two triangles, that way. So hopefully that can help you a little bit with the triangular prism. Just remember that the height of a prism is the distance between the two bases. And bases must be parallel to each other. And you'll know the base shape by the name of the figure.